everyone, welcome to the Sake Shootout! Yes, so today's episode is between a battle between two very special sake because they are seasonal. And they are also brewed the very traditional way.
Yes.
Yeah. This side is the Yamahai method and this side is the Kimoto method.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so what's up with the mask?
Hello.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
My one traditional. Wait, can you all hear me?
Yes, I can.
I think with the mask on, it looks nicer.
Yeah. Yes.
Because my sake today for better is seasonal one and it's supposed to be for the winter season. So this one usually signifies what? They have a lot of those fall what do you call it festivals, right? Then they will wear masks. That's why today my accessory is mask.
You say fall, but mine is autumn. Is the fall, winter is winter.
Wait. That's not all.
Oh my gosh,
that's
that
so
is
cool.
cute. Hey, why you never get one for me?
That's so cool.
I like
So cool,
it.
so cool. Hey, someone can bling one, no?
How many votes have you got for the Switch?
Wait, got more.
Hello?
Wow.
We are
Hey,
not
that
promoting
is
the
for
mask. We are not
Christmas.
promoting the mask,
Christmas,
okay?
That would be fun.
Okay,
I like it.
but the mask is very hot Okay, carry on.
The mask is very hot, but
You
your
can wear
shirt
on your
looks
head
hotter.
lah. I think it
Yeah
looks
lah.
good mah.
Because
Winter.
So I guess your clothing today also signifies that.
Oh, of course. Mine is autumn. So I have autumn colors, as you can see. And then, of course, my little companion here has nothing to do with it, but I just want my little companion who joined me today. Yeah, it makes me feel very comfortable.
Hey, no confidence. No confidence.
Without further ado, shall we present the first bottle from the red corner?
Gladly. Chang
Junmai.
Okay. The name is very long so I need my special cue card to help me This one is called the Tenpo ISSEI Tadashi Junmai OMACHI, which is the rice that you like.
Okay, can you repeat
Come
again?
again?
10 day what? I know 10 days, but what's
Tenpo ISSEI
ISSEI.
Tadashi Junmai OMACHI.
Oh, omachi rice.
Yes.
Omachi
Okay, wait, one more time. You must see. So this is omachi rice.
What is it?
I do not know what is it in Chinese, but I know that it produces some of the very famous brands of sake.
Okay. So this one the brewery is Tenpoichi. Okay, it is a very old brewer. Okay. This sake +6
Oh, so it's very dry.
Is it going to be that dry?
But okay, what I read up about sake brewed using the traditional method, Kimoto or Yamahai, they tend to be more dry and rich in flavor.
Now the acidity okay, this one I think the previous ones that we did right was like between 1 to 1.5.
The highest goes to about 1.6. If
I think the average tends to be around 1.4, 1.5.
Yeah.
That is quite
This one is 2.
in the middle.
Yeah, so it's rich.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one is 2. Okay. And most of all, this one is 16% alcohol. Okay, 16%. So this one I think we should could be quite a challenging sake lah. Okay, wait. One more fun fact. Okay, so this one is very special because they use this number 6 yeast. If you kind of know more about the yeast numbering system, this one is one of the more classic ones. Okay, so you guys can go find out about it. So this is number 6 yeast. Okay.
Oh, but it doesn't say the 6. Okay, because I saw there are a few sake using the number 6.
Yes.
The label is 6.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess you're very well prepared, huh? You've done your homework.
I'm sure you did too.
Not very much, but let me present. Dun, 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 dun. You see the word chill with the 枫叶 over here?
Show it to
Dun, dun.
our audience.
Yeah.
Okay, this is called Keigetsu. And it's actually from the Tosa Brewing Tosa Brewing Company, and they actually use their own rice paddy fields, their local rice.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a bit different. It's in Aikawa. and they have mountains and they have a lake next to the brewing place. So apparently it should be a very special taste. But they also have this normal version. They did not put on an autumn label. Why? Because this one is special, seasonal, in the sense they actually store it over summer. Then they release in autumn for drinking.
Okay.
So this one is 15% alcohol, and the polishing is 58. It can be served chilled, but you can also serve it warm.
Ooh.
It's interesting she speaks about the geography so passionately. I mean, what is there to say about this? Hiroshima!
Okay.
Classic place to be in, right? Hiroshima!
This is Junmai. Is this a Junmai also?
Yes, it happens to be a Junmai as well. So they are both using traditional methods.
Wow.
Okay, well,
The SMV is not as high as +4, but again, that is just a general guideline until we taste it.
Yeah.
Because anything that's a special sake, Yamahai, I think it tends to be a bit of a surprise flavor. We do not know what to expect.
Okay.
but I must say first, for this round, it's going to be a little bit different because mine is supposed to be best had, room temperature to hot sake.
Oh,
So it cannot be chilled.
mine can be chilled.
Oh, I see.
I mean, it can be chilled. Wait, let me correct myself. It can be chilled, but the recommended tasting is room temperature to hot sake.
Wow, I think that one will be quite a kick when you drink it. If
I
it's suddenly
actually think so
warm.
too. I mean, looking at the bottle, right?
Yes.
You know, and then looking at that, yeah.
Like-
It has a what? Right?
Oh yes, of course. IWC award in 2001.
Okay, lor. Then we shall see, lor. Taste, lor. Try,
Okay.
Try, fight. Come.
Yeah.
Let's
so
do it.
without further ado, let's go for our first try. So our first taste is this red corner. I don't know. I forgot the name. The name is so long.
Tenpo ISSEI Tadashi
Okay,
Junmai.
the Tenpo Junmai.
Kanpai.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Don't be so rude, eh?
Kanpai.
Hi everyone. Aroma wise, it's not that strong, but I think for Junmai generally, it is so robust. Usually, it's more on the taste than the nose. I think. First sip, you're not sure what it is. Then slowly the rice flavor becomes stronger, and it is quite robust. It gives you a kick at the end, and there is a warm lingering finish after.
Here's the thing, whatever you said, right, in terms of the journey, the taste journey, right, is exactly what they describe on the company's website.
Oh
Did you
wow!
read that?
No, I don't even know it's a surprise bottle. What?
No, okay, so
Yeah.
the thing is this. Okay, so the thing is this. It's supposed to give you a very rich flavor at the front, but that lingering taste is extremely long lasting.
I find that it also feels a little bit spicy towards the end,
Yes.
like peppery spicy, and I believe it's not so much fruity. I would say I felt it's a little bit early nutty, a little bit as well,
Agreed.
right?
Okay.
Towards the end, because as you were talking, then I realized the flavor is still there,
Yes.
and I started to taste that.
And the best part of this is, as with the company's recommendation as well, and they have made no mention, right, that the taste in any way, right, was going to be dry, and indeed it is not dry. So the taste.
I think it's still.
I think it's
dry
still dry
me.
for me.
For me, for
Okay.
my preference, I find
okay.
it a little bit dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's still acceptable, but it's still dry.
But it's
Especially
not a
the-
+6 kind of.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the aftertaste that. Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't think I need to add on anymore.
So you agree totally with
Yes, because
my judge on
what you guys have said is what I've read out about Kimoto kind of sake.
that? Oh, I
So
see.
the richness, the spice, even the spiciness,
Spice, yeah.
and the earthy kind of taste. Yeah,
Yes, me.
it's all very characteristic of a Kimoto sake.
I cannot wait to to taste the competitor one.
Okay, let's bottoms up and
Alright.
Nice already lah.
Oh,
Waiting
okay.
already. Waiting
Still
only.
very-
so this is our second bottle from the blue corner. Let's do our first try. Okay.
Alright, I shall let you start first.
Oh wow, why?
It's so sour. It's very sour. My gosh.
Oh, sour.
Yeah. It has that certain fruitiness to it. I like it. That it actually sort of washes, throughout the tongue. You get that feel that you're really drinking something really smooth and probably quite premium. But when it reaches the back of the tongue, that sour. It's
Really?
quite a kick.
It has an aroma that I don't quite like about sake, which is the gasoline.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
Slightly. But the taste it doesn't have any gasoline taste though. Like he said, it's kind of sour, slightly sour,
Okay.
but it's still dry. Yeah.
She cannot wait to rebut
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
No. Wow.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'm listening, a good listener, okay? Please carry on.
But it's not as dry as the other bottle.
My first whiff of the scent, I think yes, it has a mineral scent. I would call mineral, not gasoline.
okay.
Mineral, okay. There's a slight tinge of sweetness, but it's very brief, very short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the next one that kick in is actually maybe a bit like a pineapple. I don't know if you realize, because pineapple can be sweet and sour,
Okay.
so you may need time to let it develop. Actually, I think it's not melon for sure, but I think it's more like a pineapple or some kind of tropical citrusy flavor in it.
I can't be specific about the fruit, but it's just that I know that there is definitely that fruitiness to it. It's just that when it just gets to the back,
I didn't think it was sour, but I thought it was a nice, pleasant citrus aftertaste.
a
And
big
it's
drop of
like-
citrus.
Yeah, not very big drop lah, little bit lah, And then it's actually quite dry at the end, but not so lasting in the dryness.
Yeah, as compared to the other bottle. I
Yes,
agree.
but it's still quite smooth when I drink it at the
Yeah,
first.
actually both bottles are smooth, although they are dry, but they are still smooth.
It's actually a pretty light sake between the two. But I must also add this, I do not think both of these bottles neither are good for drinking alone.
Yeah, of course, it is
They are
different.
not good.
They're
Okay.
not meant for just
Straight drinking lah.
appreciation,
Yeah.
pure drinking.
No.
You will be
That's my
yeah, it will be
Right.
better with some food.
unless you really love that sort of punch. I mean, in my terms, then go for it. But otherwise, I think as a casual drinker like us, I think I would prefer it with food rather than a straight. drink.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
with the dryness, it's actually probably something to go with a grill or fried food,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay, shall we just do it with food pairing?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm hungry.
So now we are going to do the food pairing. Yeah, so this is what we have prepared for today's session. Yeah, I guess there's really no sequence when we eat food, so let's just tuck in wherever you fancy, then try with the sake. Yeah.
Did you all notice not? He dressed like chef.
Yeah. So he's the chef today, okay? All these were
Yeah.
prepared by him. I'm very, very interested to see how the taste is like because they are so awesome and delicious.
I'm very
And maybe
nervous
I'm
because I've never tried his cooking before, so
Master.
Yeah.
Master.
Have mercy.
Okay.
Yes. But remember, today we judged the sake and not the food.
But what if? See, that's the thing. What if the food has a problem?
Sorry lah.
No problem. Why you so mean?
Itadakimasu. Wow. For me, it's actually very distinct when we tried the sake with the food. When it goes with the lighter, not so flavorful food, it actually just dies out the taste. Yeah. But if you taste it with more flavorful food, actually it brings out the taste of the sake too. So I love this sake with the flavorful food. Not so much for the lighter food.
We started off with some tofu and seaweed, and we had a little bit of cucumber and egg omelette. So these are very, very mild in taste, not much of umami. So the sake was just like, to me, it just tastes like alcohol. It didn't have much of a flavor or interesting flavor. And then when it comes to the meat portion, the flavor is further enhanced. And I find that the sake also has a nice, warm aftertaste, which is not feeling that dry as well. Not like when the first impression it was dry, right?
Yes.
But it was warm and it was surrounding the whole palate. Yeah.
It's a very big compliment coming from you. Granted that you actually don't go for room temperature or hot sake a lot.
Yes.
So it's actually a very big compliment. So thank you very much. I think in one of our previous episodes, we're all very, very divided in terms of the taste with food pairing or whether is it on its own. But in this case, right, I think we all have very similar taste journeys, you know, and I think that is a very important characteristic of a sake that is well made, because everyone will taste a similar journey rather than something so divided.
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency. Yeah, definitely consistency.
Yeah.
One sparkling thing about this sake is that, like they said, it not only brings out that flavor of the sake with the heavier flavored foods, but it also enhances it in a certain way. So I think that is the enjoyable part for me, because I think that is what I like personally. But when it's actually paired with like the tofu or even like, you know, veggie, it somehow sort of tails off, which I think is also a correct sense of things, because your veggie is supposed to be very light, right?
So it goes.
Right.
Okay.
Then if your sake is very king, you know, then it covers the veggie, then no point one. Isn't it? I mean, I'm not too sure if this
Yeah, but
theory
I just
or-
find it strange that the sake's flavor is like gone, disappeared.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how that works. Some
So-
sort of
so I-
chemistry effect, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a chemistry effect in that sense, but I think it's logical in a way where when you're pairing it with very light flavored foods, it does not overpower.
True.
And that's a very good quality, you know, characteristic.
But it doesn't overpower, but you also become tasteless, you know. It tastes like alcohol and dry, that's it.
I mean, I still get that certain flavor out of that sake. It's just not very strong. For me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Never
each our own,
mind, we shall taste the Yamahai and let's see how that goes. Okay.
Okay, so we have done the food pairing with this Yamahai sake.
Keigetsu.
Yeah. So why don't we start with you?
Well, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to DC it, man.
Then you say that I'm very
Why?
Okay, I'm pleasantly surprised. The taste overall is actually quite pleasant. When you actually, while you're actually eating, you're really actually enjoying a sake that complements. What I still kind of find a little bit disliking is that certain sour taste at the back. It sort of adds that extra flavor to the food, which I find it's quite strange, because I'm supposed to enjoy the food, not just the sake all through. You know what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a certain added taste to it, which I kind of find it's may not be a good thing.
This is quite almost the opposite of the other sake, because when I tried this sake with the lighter flavor food, it actually tastes sweet. Yeah, I tasted sweetness in the sake. Yeah. But when I tasted with the more flavorful food, the sweetness dies off a bit, and the dryness of the sake actually come out a bit more. Yeah. Which I'm still quite okay, because I actually like the alcoholic kind of taste. Yeah.
The texture lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think generally it is very easy for food pairing for this particular Yamahai Keigetsu. Even with the appetizers that are very light, because it's actually a light-bodied sake, but has a dry finish, you know, medium to long dry finish. So I think it goes well with the appetizers, but also with the meat items or the main course. When it comes to the more salty flavor of the rice, I find that actually the sweetness came back with a bit of a melon pineapple flavor. I can't put my finger down what is the fruity flavor, but it seems that saltiness also enhances, you know, the flavor.
Yes.
And I actually enjoy that. Yeah, so generally it's smooth, and I found towards the end, after I finished the meat items and the saltiness and fried stuff, the dryness kicks in and there's a lingering dryness. So I agree with you on that note. Not in a bad way. It's just that, you feel a kick of the alcohol.
One thing I noticed is, even after you stop eating and you drink, right, the original taste comes back. But some of the other sakes that we have tried in the previous episodes, right, you stop eating, you drink, somehow the taste is a little bit lighter, a little bit stronger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these two sake are more of the 细水长流 kind.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cheap, chimology,有墨水,
Yeah, so if the taste carries on rather than just dies off.
Yeah.
Then again, from the gastronomy perspective, right, we actually might not be pairing with the correct food.
That's true.
This may not be winter or autumn
of
food.
course, yes.
In fact, I read that it can also pair with hot pot or steamboat.
Exactly, the same as my one.
Yes, because
and then yours is a warm sake. Also,
No, also it's highly recommended with hot pot.
Because they are all very rich in their flavor.
Yes.
But because this is a mystery bottle, so we will not know what
don't
we're
blame the
bringing.
chef. Okay, so give us a few moments and we shall do the vote.
Okay,
I'm ready.
this presentation is not part of the sake bottle.
Yes.
Don't try to gain,
Unless you give it to
points
me.
on that.
Festival.
But your festival, you do it all by yourself, alone. Then you leave us out.
Jealous.
Woohoo! So we are back to do the vote. Yes. And this. Okay. How should we do it? Just the usual, and you cast your vote of your preference for today's battle.
Exactly.
I think we all look very festival.
Yeah, that's why I love my fan. I miss Japan so much.
Yeah, me
too. Holiday was fantastic.
Do you all know why you even bought your fans? Can't tell them.
Actually, I forgot why.
Huh?
I think it was pretty hot, that's why I needed a fan.
I bought this fan because both of them wanted to get one, so I
So you
didn't
just
want to be
follow left out.
Yeah, I don't want to be left out.
Okay. Vote. Okay.
Alrighty.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah! Da 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 da! Yeah!
Okay.
Hey, loser say first lah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, well, why I pick the Tenpoichi Himoto one is because I've said it many times, I love flavors, and I think this sake delivers the flavors as compared to this one. And what I kind of enjoy about this Tenpoichi is that journey that people go through, and we share that journey, which you heard it very clearly. That shared journey, I think, is very important when you're at a dinner table. Whereas for that one, it feels like a normal sake that we will sit down and drink. So that specialty kind of lacks connectivity. Yeah, so for once, I'm actually voting based on more of an emotional value than the rest of the criteria we've always been.
So you mean to say you actually like the taste better on this bottle, is it?
Comparative, this one is just kind of, it's one of the usual ones that we just drink casually.
Doesn't have the star factor.
Yeah,
for you.
this one has that star factor.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you guys want to change your vote?
No, of course not.
Wow. So when you brought up that specialty kind of thing, right? Yeah, it's something that I didn't quite consider when I do my vote. So I purely do my vote based on the taste, with and without food.
Yeah.
So this generally goes well with most of the food, and without food, it's still not so harsh as this one. Yeah. But like you said, if you talk about the X factor kind of thing, right?
No, you cannot.
This probably
That's not fair,
this probably will win lah. But I don't know. It's just our vote. But yeah, I'll stick to this.
One vote each lah. Don't selfish ma.
Come on. No such thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hear her first.
Okay.
I'll hear you first.
Okay. I think this is the first time you're trying the more special sake and seasonal sake.
yes.
And the funny thing is they are both like the aged method or traditional way. So we actually did not have a clue what to expect because we never tried before.
Yeah.
On one hand, I agree that this has a very different style from what we normally tried. But even for this, the body of the alcohol came through very differently. So compared to the usual sake we have, they are still both very special.
I mean, if I can just pick up on what you're actually saying, what is that feeling of autumn? I do not really know because you are more well traveled, so you have been through to more seasons. So what is autumn food to me is still a bit of a blur. Despite the fact that we've been to Japan a couple of times in different seasons, the only thing I actually remembered about autumn was the hot pot. Right, you know what I mean? It's very
at the ryokan.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. I think the important part is whether you enjoy the sake or not.
Yes.
So again, it's very personal, right? For me, I enjoy this so much today. Actually, even though there's dryness towards the end, I'm not so into very very dry sake. But I think if you are a beginner, maybe you will try this first before you go to that because it's very bold and very robust in flavor.
In fact, I think I wouldn't even recommend any of this for beginner.
Yeah, it's pretty different from what you would expect.
So for this episode, the winner goes to the Yamahai Sake.
Keigetsu, thank you,
I am a cool man.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Sake Shootout. So do leave comment and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And till next time, sayonara.
Okay, sure.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. The Sake Shootout.
Wow, this is the messiest sign off I've ever had.